Obi! 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 Hey! Obi! 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 Obi!
Boy, where is Ebuka that left you people 2 days ago? Where is my son?
What is it? Ebuka go show. Ebuka will get a man or gabata. Pasa? Huh?
What do you mean by that? Ebuka will come home soon. Why you're home already? If anything has happened to my son, you tell me. Eh?
Mama, as we come back from the show, we'll get small panta with AK.
Hey!
AK full everywhere. Then they open fire.
Hey, Mama!
Everybody pick race. They find the level. You be like said them for Ebuka.
Chineke.
But Mama, not to worry now. Don't worry. No be AK. But will get end up in either A division or B division. Eh? So Pasa, eh?
Wait. Are you saying that the police has shot Ebuka?
But Pasa, Nekena, but will end there up in a B division or A division. Ogabata, eh? Ogabata. Hey! Take our friend, eh?
Ebuka Laputam. Ebuka Laputam, Mom! Eh? Ebuka, stay away from bad company, you won't listen. The boy! Hey! Sleepy Mom!
Yeah. My children. This is Oscar. Yeah, he runs the company. And Philip, Superintendent of Police.
Okay, police?
Yes.
You must look like your mother.
If you say so.
You speak some French?
Oh, not at all.
No French?
No, monsieur, he doesn't speak some French.
Oh la la.
Monsieur Pierre is our business partner from Belgium that I've been talking to you about. Yes, I thought we should come down here so we show him how we do things here.
Oh, welcome.
Yes.
Maybe we'll do some little business.
Yes, indeed. Some little business. Yes, why not? A little.
Beautiful place you got here.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Monsieur Pierre. Monsieur, meet my lovely wife, Monica.
Oh, beautiful woman.
You're welcome, gentlemen.
And the baby of the family, Jessica.
Oh, and
She's also a medical doctor.
You're welcome.
Oh, impressive. Enchanted. Oh, sorry, my French.
Never mind. You're welcome.
That's a beautiful family.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Della.
Oh, but... Okay, welcome.
What are you doing here? Don't ever mention the name of that boy here. Didn't I warn you against coming to this house?
The police will kill him if nothing is done fast.
You have to go now.
Please, you have to do something about it.
Now. I'll see what I can do.
Hi, babe.
Oh, hi,
Yeah,
Eddie.
I knew I was going to find you one of the works.
Well, you know you would have just waited for me at the office.
You know how I love watching you work. Huh? This patient, how is he doing?
Well, he's responding. You know, he actually has a gunshot wound and no police report.
And that does not sound good, right?
You can say that again. Of course it doesn't. Anyway, come with me, let's go to the office.
tried as a mother to do all I can to push him in the right direction. But all my effort don't seem to be working. He's the only reason why I'm living today. I don't know if he wants me to sacrifice my life for him to see that he's living a life of self-destruction. I don't know.
It's alright, my dear. But where is he right now?
I don't know. I don't know if he's been killed or locked up in a police cell. I don't know.
Does it mean that my brother hasn't said anything about helping you out?
He simply sent me away. He said he will see what he can do about it.
It's alright, my dear. It's alright. Uju does it, okay? Dairo. You see, I don't know the kind of brother I have in Dairo. Does it mean that he doesn't know that Ebuka is his blood?
Philip, when you get to the office, I want you to look out for one Ebuka Chikwe.
Is he in police custody?
I think he was arrested this morning. His mother came to inform me.
Okay, I'll do that. Hold on, Dad. It's Jessie. Hello, Jessie. I'll be there in a moment. Okay. It's Jessie. She said someone was admitted in the hospital, that he has gunshot wound and no police report was given. So I need to see her urgently.
That's all right. But please, don't forget that Ebuka boy I told you about.
I'll do that, Dad. Don't worry. Hello?
Before I left. Okay, just come with me. Let me ask the nurses. Nurse.
Hello, doctor.
Where is the patient that was supposed to be in Ward 10?
He's still there.
He is not there.
What, doctor?
Oh, shut up! You mean to tell me that the patient walks out of this hospital without your notice? Oh, get quiet, you incompetent idiot. Philip, let's go.
I have searched around all the police cells and I couldn't find anybody bearing that name. Okay, I'll keep searching. If I find him, I'll let you know. But you see, if you had told me what he's been suspected of or where he was arrested, I would have been able to trace him. Okay, find that out from his mother and get me informed. Bye.
Mama. Good evening.
I know that God above will always bear me witness that I have done my best to see that you turn out a good boy.
And what do you think I've turned out to be, Mama?
Do you know what it feels like for a mother to wait for her only son, knowing that he could be brought home in corpse? Do you? Have you any idea of what goes on in this heart that is torn between telling the police what my son really does and protecting my only son?
I don't know what you're talking about, Mama.
Stop hanging out with those boys. You are my only son, Ebuka. Stop stealing. He has never paid anybody, and he's certainly not paying you.
Fine, I've heard you, Mom. Then fall back on the fortune you accumulated for me, huh? Look at me, Mama. Mama, do I have any choice? Mama, I don't have any choice. I don't have any choice, Mama.
Ebuka, you don't have to allow anybody or circumstance to shape your future. I believe, my God, you have a choice.
All right. I have a choice, Mama. And that choice is to make sure I kill that man that called himself my father any day I set my eyes on him. I sweat my blood, Mama, even though that's the last thing I do.
Ebuka. My God.
You see, I really don't know the kind of brother I have in Dairo. You have worked for him and must have an idea of how rich he is. Yet I, his only brother, cannot boast of any help from him.
But we're talking about his son here.
You don't know Dairo. That doesn't mean anything to him. Oh.
I have taken care of my son till now, with little or no help from your brother. But right now, I don't want all I have toiled for to go down the drain just like that. I just want him to set my son up with something. At least he will be useful to himself and to everybody.
But has your son personally met Dairo for any assistance?
No, I can't let that happen.
Why?
Ebuka has been threatening to kill whoever his father is whenever he set his eyes on him. So, I am afraid.
Okay, I'll see what I can do about it, okay? I mean, how many are we in this family? Let alone having someone and rejecting that person. I'll see what I can do about it.
Okay, sir.
I don't have anything to do with the boy you are talking about.
You have everything to do with him.
How does he become my business?
He is your son.
Now look here, man. If you want a son, you better go and adopt him. And let this be the last time you are going to bring this issue up. I'm through with it.
Dairo, how many men are we in our family that you have to persistently refuse the boy that was born to you? How many? In fact, I have to leave this place.
Where are you rushing off to? I thought you were staying for...
There's no need for that now.
But the food is almost ready.
Monica, it is not about food. Do you know that your husband almost physically assaulted me just because I told him to look into the case of the son he has outside?
What? My husband has a son?
Yes, he has a son outside. And the earlier he reconciles... Anyway.
What makes you think so? That's the only thing I can think of right now. Ebuka. Edmond knows we won't go down without pulling him with us. Or they could be highly impossible. No. There you go wrong. Not when he makes sure that none of us, both of us, survives to tell any tale. But why would Edmond plan anything like that? Greed. A greedy man can do anything. Listen, in a matter of wealth and life, everybody is a suspect. That was exactly what could have happened had it been I didn't play a fast one on those policemen for you guys to escape. Edmond sold us out. You see? But are you really sure? I'm 100% sure. If not, what was he doing in that same hospital that I was being treated? He went there? Edmond was there. He came there. Saw him there. He went there?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You are not confirming it as well as not denying it.
Now listen. I have a well-planned and ordered life right now. And I don't want you or anybody disrupting it.
Oh, spare me that! A well-planned and ordered life is cheating on me and having a son outside our wedlock? For Christ's sakes, I gave you 2 lovely sons. I have been there for you from the start. What are you looking for in another woman? What?
This is my life. And I do not owe you or anybody an apology as to the way I chose to live it. Now, get that into your head.
Is that it? Oh! You knew about this all along. What am I supposed to do now that things are falling apart in my home?
You see, I didn't wade into this matter because I wanted to scatter my brother's family. No, never. What has happened has happened. And we can't continue to pretend that it didn't happen or to hide it forever. We all make mistakes as humans.
I don't know what plans both of you are cooking up, but I want to tell you that you have bitten more than you can chew.
Because I told you the truth.
When I bury things, they rot and remain buried.
Some things can be buried for life.
Nobody perceives a sweet scent when a buried rot is exhumed.
You see, in a dog's fight for bones, it goes for the bones and not for anybody's help.
We shall see about that. We shall see about that. That was a part of my life that had been in the dark for a very long time. And I would have loved it to remain so. Because I didn't want to hurt any of you or even threaten the bond that has held us together all these years.
Still, Father, it would have made a lot of difference if you had told us yourself.
Maybe. But I was waiting for the appropriate time.
But where is the boy now?
I don't know, Philip. I haven't seen him for a very long time.
Well, Dad, if you ask me, I still believe Uncle Emma did the right thing.
Your Uncle Emma is an inconsiderate fool.
Mama.
Was a part of my life that had been in the dark for a very long time. And I would have loved it to remain so. Because I didn't want to hurt any of you or even threaten the bond that has held us together all these years.
Still, Father, it would have made a lot of difference if you had told us yourself.
Maybe. But I was waiting for the appropriate time.
But where is the boy now?
I don't know, Philip. I haven't seen him for a very long time.
Well, Dad, if you ask me, I still believe Uncle Emma did the right thing.
Your Uncle Emma is an inconsiderate fool.
Mama, do you think I want to see that man?
But he's capable of changing your life for the better.
Forget that, Mama. Me. Mama, I don't think me, Ebuka, will be a party to any plan to beg that man, a man that's supposed to be helping me, to help me out with money. Mama, I will not do it, Mama.
No, my son. We are not going to beg him. We're just trying to make him realize that he owes you the responsibility of a father's love.
Father's love my foot. Come on, Mama. You know my age. If I can survive to this age and stage without father's love, I don't think I need them at this junction. In fact, I should be thinking of how to give my own kids father's love.
My son, do you know that this is the only opportunity you have to identify with your father?
Mama, that man is a fool. Read my lips. That man is a big fool. And I owe him one favor, which I must fulfill. In fact, you know what? It's okay, it's all good, okay, no problem. Who is this man, by the way, and when are we meeting? Tell me where we're meeting. I think I want to meet him now.
I don't think you're ready to meet him now.
No, I want to meet him. Huh? For real, I'm not joking, Mama. I want to meet him from my heart. No, Mama, I'm telling you, I want to meet him, no problems. Mama?
Well, what I'm trying to make you understand is that I don't have that kind of money.
I'm not asking you to lend me money. I'm talking about what is agreeable to me from the business we did together.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is why I'm asking you to give me a little time, so that I could, to enable me...
You plunged my money into your personal business, and you want me to give you the whole time on earth.
What is wrong with you, Ezego? You want to insult me because of ordinary 18 million naira?
I hope to God you are not thinking of jipping me off my money.
You're calling me a cheat in my own house? Now get out. Get out.
Get my money ready.
Get out, I said.
Get my money.
Get out.
Ready.
Get out.
Get my money ready.
I said get out. Get out. Nonsense.
but still we just have to move on.
Move on? What are you moving on? You're moving on while your father is planning on bringing you a second wife. My dear, this issue has to be dealt with decisively.
Okay, Mom, how do you intend to do this? I mean, do you have any ideas?
By making him realize that he has failed you people. And resist any attempt of him bringing that woman and her boy into this family. Your father wants to give me mental and emotional upsets, and that's exactly what I don't want. That boy is nothing but a distraction.
Mommy, just calm down, okay? Just calm down.
I suppose this meeting is about me, right? And you are telling them what a colossal failure I am as a father. Well, I'll just join you. And listen.
Excuse me.
You are the despicable thing that wants to send me away from my husband's house.
My name is...
Who cares about your name? Who cares? What makes you think that I'm ready to share my home with another woman? What makes you think so?
It's okay. Calm down, Monica. Calm down. Easy does it, okay? I know that you have every right to be angry. But you see, our people say that those who fight fire with fire often end up in ashes. I called the two of you here because I know we can settle this matter in such a way that everybody will be happy. So I would want you to listen to her, okay? Huh? Uju?
Thank you, sir. I am sorry for what happened.
Cliché. I am sorry. Must you always end up with I am sorry?
Monica!
Ah! Okay. Whatever. Let her say what she wants to say.
As I was saying, it's not my intention to take over your home or to be a second wife. I have never thought of that and will never do. Again, I am not asking for my son to be brought into your house. No, he has a home. All that I'm asking for is that your husband, who is his father, rise up to his responsibility as a father for once in my son's life.
What are you talking about?
I have single-handedly raised that boy. I have watched him grow without a love and support of a father. I have done my best for him. The least your husband can do for him is to start up a business for him. He can empower my son to be a man of his own world. That is all that I am asking for.
You know, we do not even know anything about this boy in question.
What do you want to know about him? Mom doesn't want to hear anything about him and his mother. Dad doesn't want to say anything about him. So let things be.
Of course you know that's a lie. That's not true. Philip, don't you feel the tension in that house? What am I even saying? You're hardly at home. When you're always in the barracks, how are you ever going to know what is going on at home?
What more other than what I've just said?
All I'm saying is that with just a little apology from Dad, it will go a long way to dissipate Mom's fears and anger.
Well, what is Oscar saying about it?
What is he going to say about it? The poor guy is just busy arranging his marriage. And I mean, this whole thing is affecting his marriage plans. Mom and Dad should actually be the ones to coordinate things for him, to help him out. But no, how can anyone do that when there's this big fight ahead of everyone? The whole place is filled with this tension. It's not fair. You have to talk to Dad.
I'll talk to him. We'll sort things out. How is work?
Yeah, I thought I was going to see Daddy and Mommy before going.
Well, not to worry, darling. You will get to see them some other time.
Okay. So, where are we heading first?
Well, first of all, we get to your designers, and then later you have a lot of time to do other sundry shopping. Then, the village.
Alright, but I would like to see an auntie of mine in town before going.
That will be after your designer shopping. So tell me, which do you want to visit?
Nothing to worry you, eh? Go punish your generation. Don't try me, don't try me. Nothing to worry you. Hey, happy bye.
How are you?
I'm good. What's up?
I'm fine. What happened to your leg?
Oh, street football. I was playing ball with my guys, so I was injured. Just ball.
Ebuka, you want football. Please do something about this leg.
They're fixing it. They're fixing it.
Where is Auntie?
Auntie? Okay, she went out, but she'll be back soon.
Oh, okay.
Come, let's go inside now so I can offer you something.
Ebuka, don't worry. I came to inform you people that I'll get married very soon.
For real? Oh, this is why I got good news. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
So who's the lucky man?
Don't worry, when the time comes, you know the lucky man, Ebuka. But please, don't forget to tell Auntie that I came and give her the good news. Ebuka, do something about this.
And they're fixing it,
I don't want you to disappoint me on that day. No.
I'll be there, I did there.
You're not going to play football.
No, I won't.
Alright, take care of yourself.
I will. Let me escort you.
No, don't worry, don't bother yourself.
No, let me just...
Don't stress the leg. Ebuka, see, don't disappoint me on that day. If you like, go and play football.
No, I'll be there now, trust me.
And I'll try to send the IVs across to you.
Okay. No, I did there live. I did there.
Tell her that I came.
Happy the baby.
Ebuka, you started.
Bye-bye, yo.
Okay, bye-bye.
I hope you're working on your schedule and appointments to accommodate Oscar's traditional wedding dates.
Is anybody planning anything in this house?
And what is that supposed to mean?
That should be the work of a responsible father. And since I am not, then I channel my time and energy into something else.
Father, why can't you just accept you told the wrong part and save everyone the stress of this blaming game?
Oscar, are you talking to me? Is it me that you have just spoken to like that?
Father, what you're doing is tearing this family apart and you know it. Yes! I mean, an ugly incident comes up. Instead of you discussing it, you blame others when they do.
You see? All your secret meetings with your children, they are beginning to bear fruit.
Listen, I won't ask you nicely again. Just get out of my way.
You have no right whatsoever to insult our father. Go in there and apologize to him.
Sir, I owe no one apologies. Do you understand?
Hey, excuse me. What is going on here?
Just tell your brother Philip to get out of my way, else he will regret what I will do to him.
Wait, Philip, why are you blocking his way?
I want him to go in there and apologize to father. Let him do that.
Get out of my way!
This? What is the meaning of this? Huh?
Just because Oscar told him the truth to his face last night. My husband has decided to slug it out everybody in the house.
easy does it, okay? You see, discretion should be the watchword in handling this matter.
He's there saying all sorts of rubbish. I told Oscar not to exchange words with his father.
Ah. The embers you found in my house has turned into an inferno. Oh, I'm sure you are happy.
You see, Darren, you'll be free from your problems the very day you begin to think about other people. I mean, must everything be about you? Must everybody dance to the details of your every whim and caprice?
You wonder.
If it is a ploy to take over my wife, oh, she's already yours.
What?
Ima, you can have her.
Daryl, have you suddenly gone crackers? Have you gone bonkers? I mean, are you insane?
What do you think?
Stay away from her. And stay away from me.
What rubbish are you talking about?
Stay away from me. You, shut up.
I hope you know what you're saying.
I said shut up.
Hey, it's Nestor.
Send them right now. No. 2 policemen are enough. Just 2. I'll be waiting.
Excuse me. Philip! Wait. What did you just do? Oh, God. Don't tell me you just called the police to come and arrest your own elder brother. Are you out of your mind?
If that is what will bring him back to his senses.
No, it's not going to happen. You hear me? You call your lousy boys and tell them to keep their hands off Oscar right now.
And I don't think I'll do that.
Really?
Yes.
Philip! You will not know peace in this house. I promise you that. What is wrong with you?
Yes, my lord. I just had a little delay, that's all. Not to worry, I'll be with you real soon, huh? Just concentrate on your shopping. Alright, dear. Take care of you. Bye.
Why exactly did you come here?
I just didn't want to see her in the state I was, so I just came here to cool off and relax. Just for a little bit.
You know, this has gotten too far and I do not like it one bit.
Well, it's not my fault. Philip is the one making sure everything remains
Arrest this man. Arrest him!
What is the meaning of this? Will you order your men out of here this minute?
Arrest him!
Don't touch him!
Philip, now what's your ulterior motive for this?
Are you going to do what I asked you to do? I said,
Don't touch me.
Thank you.
You two want to arrest me, right? But trust me, after this, your lives will never remain the same.
Philip, what's the meaning of this? What's the meaning of this?
Partner, what's good?
I'm good. Just want to have peace of mind.
I saw someone at your house. He didn't look hostile. Oh, he's a rich man. I followed him to his jeep.
My house? When?
Like 20 minutes ago. What's that?
I need to rest.
Philip, tell me exactly what happened.
Mama, Oscar thinks the fact that he's the first son in this family gives him the right to do whatever he likes.
That does not still answer my question. Tell me exactly what happened.
Well, he shouldn't have insulted our father. Better still, he made a mistake by assaulting a police officer.
Just look at you. What the hell are you talking about, Philip? I am here trying to make things good in this family. You're worsening the whole thing. I don't have time to listen to any of your stupid explanations. Go back and release Oscar, your brother, in a couple of minutes. If not, this house will not contain the both of us. Damn me.
Mama, is that what you say?
That's what I said. Philip, I have told you, don't come back to this house. Don't release your brother. Don't come back to this house. What does that mean? Mama!
Uncle.
Let's go. Look, I will tell your father and Philip that I have been in the system before them. The only thing Dairo has more than I do is money.
Uncle, let's just go.
Let's go. Exactly. This is just a simple family matter. You know these young men and their exuberance.
So, they're actually blood brothers?
They're actually both my elder brothers. And I was right there when the misunderstanding happened. And it's all because of my dad.
Good. I'm going to send for Mr. Philip immediately. And then...
You know, I am mad at Oscar's effrontery. But I didn't ask you to go and lock him up.
I only did that to teach him a lesson and make him...
Look, you better go and release him immediately before everyone begins to think that I asked you to lock him up.
Dairo, you planned with Philip to lock up Oscar at the police station or where? Tell him right now to go and release him before things will begin to turn ugly in this house.
Hello?
Daddy, please tell him to release Oscar.
He will release him immediately. Don't worry.
Thank you very much, DPO.
Thank you very much, too. Just make sure that everything is being taken care of in the house.
It's all right.
Okay, that means no problem.
I'll do that.
Good. Thank you very much. Just do the best you can.
Thank you.
Mama, I don't see the reason why you have sworn to continue talking about this man you claim to be my father.
You still cannot wish away the fact that he is your father.
Father, my foot! Mama, all I want you to do for me is this. Let me have his name, home address, and I will be fine.
I will not do that.
Why?
You will first accept him before I will give you any other information about him.
Mama, how do you expect me to accept a man I know nothing about? Eh? How? Mama.
What are you doing outside? Everyone is waiting for you at the table.
Well, I'm not home.
Honey, I know you are in pain right now, but you just have to...
Of course I am in pain. But you know what? They will all feel it after our traditional wedding.
No, darling. You don't have to fight with anybody. All you need to do now is to be independent. I want you to build your world in a way that anything they do will not pain you like this again. Please.
Well, that is one thing I'm seriously considering at the moment.
You really have to think about it. But you don't have to starve yourself while thinking. Let's go inside and eat. Please, let's go inside. Let's go inside. Stand up, let's go inside.
Dad? Where's everybody?
Well, Jessica is probably still at the hospital. But your mother and Oscar should be somewhere in the house.
I'm afraid they are not. I searched everywhere and couldn't find them.
Philip, call them on the phone.
I called the phones. They were all switched off. Well, I actually came to apologize to my dear brother.
Ezego. Well, things have not worked out the way I planned. So you'll have to go home and wait.
I should go home and wait. Chief Dairo, I'm here talking about my money and you are telling me to go home and wait. What do you take me for?
Look, this is what I hate. When people become very, stubborn over issues that are very easily understandable.
Understandable indeed. Chief Dairo, I did business with you against the advice of those who had done business with you in the past. The venture yielded tremendous dividends. You want me to fold my hands and watch you? Take it all. Would it be understandable?
Look, I have a very serious family issue to deal with at the moment. So I will appreciate it if you will, if we can discuss this money issue some other time.
Chief Dairo, nobody treats us ego this way. Some other time.
In Jesus' name we've prayed.
Amen.
Cover these our prayers with the blood of Jesus. Even the answers we cover with the blood of Jesus. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
You see, we all make mistakes in our lives, but we don't have to live in those mistakes. We all have reasons to be angry over the turn of events in our family. However, we must not sacrifice our sense of direction and duty to family on the altar of anger. This is a new dawn in our life, and it offers us the opportunity to make amends. So I would want each and every one of you to reach deep inside of you and feel the want for peace to reign once again in this family.
My heart is breaking and my mind is sinking. I don't understand why we are fighting now. Are we supposed to be family?
What you have said does not make sense to me. What I want to know is why didn't any of you sleep in this house yesterday?
Daddy, whether or not any one of us slept in this house yesterday, it's not the point. It will not in any way offer solutions to all these problems going on in this family.
And what problem are you talking about?
Dad, I don't get it. Why are you so scared of confronting this issue once and for all?
What issue are you talking about? And do you think I'm afraid of anybody?
Daddy, you cheated on our mom. You have a son outside wedlock. Do you think that these two issues are not worth talking about?
I am finished with this discussion.
Philip, why are you backing Dad up and making things difficult for everyone?
Jesse, this is an ambiguous question, but I'll try to answer it. You see, he's my dad, and I need to protect him. But what I'm not doing is making things difficult for anyone.
So have you sat him down? Told him to his face that what he's doing is wrong?
Come on, Jesse. You've always known Dad to be a very stubborn man.
That does not answer my question, Philip.
Okay. I had a chat with him last night. I even came over to the house to meet you people, and even apologize to Oscar, but no one was around.
So?
Jesse, I'm very sorry to have locked him up. But trust me, it's not my...
I want to thank you all for your efforts towards making my traditional wedding a success.
Yeah.
And most of all, I want to thank you for heeding to my call for a meeting as I make a request.
Oscar, you have never sounded like this before. I hope all is well.
That's the purpose of this meeting, Father. Because I want everything done properly and well.
I see. So, what is your request?
It's high time I started off on my own. So I want you, Father, to give me everything you deem rightfully mine as a son.
What are you talking about?
I'm through with working for you. I want to stand on my own.
Ebuka.
Oh, good evening.
Good evening. Hey. It is so good to see you at home today. Have you eaten anything?
No.
But there is food in the house. Okay, don't worry, let me serve you myself. Let me get your food.
So what are you guys insinuating? Edmond, how much does this deal worth?
We want to know. I believe that's the way we'll be working henceforth.
I bring in the deals and I say who gets what.
Then you go find who you will do the deal with.
Ah. Okay. I see you guys have already discussed this before, right? Alright then. The deal is worth 1.5 million. And I already have 750 here with me.
Good. We split them into 2 ways. Equal right.
Why?
Because we run the show together. We either do it that way, 50-50. I will walk away.
Three ways.
It's very simple.
I thought everything was about being settled. But Oscar had just pulled the rug under my feet.
What did he do, Mom?
Can you imagine? He has asked your father to give him his own share of his assets.
Oh my God. But this will definitely work at cross purposes with everything we are hoping to achieve.
That is exactly my point. And I don't like it one bit. I don't like it.
Mom, just relax, okay? I'll try and talk to him in the morning.
I think I have to talk to Ebere.
Mommy, just cool down, okay? Relax, please. Please.
I was also shocked when I heard that he made such pronouncement.
Uncle, I know I allowed anger to take a better part of me. But that is not enough for him to ask for the sharing of our father's assets.
Well, he was in pains, and up to now, I believe that he's still angry with your father.
Uncle, if Oscar pulls through with this, it is going to be the beginning of something unpleasant in our family, because he's doing this out of anger.
An angry man is capable of anything. But I'll persuade him to reconsider his stand, okay?
Well, if you say so, it's okay by me. Thank you very much for your concern, Uncle.
It's alright, my dear. Nobody should pressurize him. Let's just take things easy with him, okay?
But Mom, what do you want me to do? My dear, it's not about you, but us. I don't want you to take the stance of a wife whose husband is at enmity with his family members.
God forbid, I will not.
Good. Listen, my dear, you've been trying, but I want you to try harder. Make him calm down. Let him know that turning his back on his family is not the best.
Mama, he has not turned his back on you.
My dear, it's not about me. It's about the family. The family could easily break up if the problem starts with the children.
Now I understand what you're talking about.
You do, eh?
Yeah.
You talk to him, eh?
Yes, Mama, I'll talk to him.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you very much. So...
Good day, ma.
Good day.
Ma, please, I am looking for Ibuka.
Ibuka? I don't know where he is right now.
I tried reaching him on phone, but I couldn't get through to him. Please, if he comes back, just tell him Edmund, his friend. He should try and contact me.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Good day, sir.
How are you?
I'm fine, sir. I was on my way out, sir.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
What do you want?
I have come to congratulate you on your near success in destroying my family.
I have nothing to do with your family.
Would you leave me alone?
I have left you alone long time ago. And if I were you, I would be a man and own up to my responsibility.
My heart is breaking and my mind is sinking. I don't understand why we are fighting now. When we supposed to be family, yeah. This is not about who's wrong or right. Let's unite.
Seriously, I think your mother has a point.
Yes, my mother has a point, but I just don't like her dragging you into this.
Why? Am I not your wife?
No, darling, you are my wife. But there are some things I would like to do on my own by myself.
Dear, I know I would want to stand on your feet, but not at the expense of the pace everyone is asking for in your family now.
Yes, everyone except my father.
Oh no, your father is not greater than the entire family.
Could you just allow me to do this on my own, please? Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
I'm at my wit's end right now, Jessie.
You see, Philip? This is exactly what I was talking about. If you had listened to me, none of this would have happened.
I understand. But Oscar is equally not blameless.
This is not the time to apportion blames, Philip. Have you even called Oscar?
Oh, he wouldn't listen to me.
Hi, Jess.
Hi, baby boy.
Ed.
Yeah, how are you?
Fine. Well, I just came to inform you I have to take my leave.
Oh, Philip, hope you're not leaving because of me. Are you sure?
Yeah, alright. Take care.
So, baby.
Yeah, baby. Hectic, very stressful. But I'm sure you'll have to make it better, right?
Yeah, true.
Why don't we do lunch? Maybe like a glass of wine? Gosh, I am thirsty.
So, okay, where's the best place you want us to go?
Sosa! Sergeant. When was this brought in?
At about 1400 hours ago, sir.
You can take your leave.
Yes, sir.
Babe, I don't see anything wrong in your brother trying to pull himself by his own bootstraps.
So that's not the point. That is not the point. I mean, this whole thing is just happening at a very bad timing. And it's touching some very raw nerves. Trust me.
Say, I don't see the justification of Philip arresting Oscar all the time.
It doesn't. You know how these things are. I mean, tempers rise, people take actions, things just start happening.
You see, that is the problem with the police. Once the chips are down, they don't have friends. They're even ready to sacrifice their own families in the line of duty. That is the problem with the police.
Okay, fine, but Phil is not like that. Yeah, granted, he's a policeman, but He's certainly not like that. He loves his family.
With what he's doing to his brother. If he could treat his own brother, his own blood, I wonder what he would do to others. And I wonder what he would do if people like me are involved.
Okay, fine. I can, you know, forgive you talking like this because, I mean, you don't even know who Philip is. I'm sure if you get to sit down with him, talk with him, get to know the kind of person he is, you find out that he's just a very sweet guy. He's very friendly. Seriously.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you? I'm fine. Is she in the office?
No.
Where's she?
She went out.
Did she go out with the man that came to see her?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Well, the only problem I have is this. I don't want when I start coming to your house, I see someone as an obstacle to me. I wouldn't like it.
Oh my God. I should have just known that this is what has been your problem. But sweetheart, actually, here should be like the list of your problems. Okay, let me promise you one thing. Whenever you're ready to come to my house, you will find everyone waiting for you with wide and open arms and friendly smiles. Trust me.
You see, that's why I'm trying to get some competent hands. So someone could be handling some other part of my businesses. So I could have time to be.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
But this is what I've been fighting for all these years.
I was working it out.
Oh, baby, that's so sweet. Thank you. You deserve a toast. I'm sure something more than that. Anyway, let's toast to spending much more time together. Cheers. Excuse me. Hello? Philip, what exactly are you talking about? I want to know what all was about.
Look, Jesse, it is now a police case.
I don't care if it's police business or not. It's my fiance you're talking about here.
Well, if you insist. Edmund is being investigated in connection to a series of murders.
Oh, shut up! Shut your mouth, Philip. For Christ's sake, you know that Edmund is not a murderer.
I've already told you, it's a police case.
Wait, is this some sort of payback? I mean, are you trying to get back at me for not supporting you against Oscar?
Just wait. This has nothing to do with our family.
I thought I knew you. And now I know that Ed knows you better. You're just a cheap traitor.
And what is that?
Oh, please don't talk to me.
Jesse, what is that supposed to mean? I don't blame you.
Is able. Here we are. Yeah. I'll give you the balance of 7 million later.
Later when?
I said later.
When is later?
Oh, come on.
I need my balance now.
You will get your balance.
Welcome, sir.
Jessica. Tell the driver to bring the car around.
Dad, are you still going to the village today?
Oh, yeah. In about 2 hours' time.
Okay.
Sit down. And your watch.
Please.
Jessica?
Okay, bye, sir.
So long.
Is everything alright?
Yeah, sure.
Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure. I said everything is fine.
Okay, we'll just get the driver ready.
Right.
My dear, this matter is gradually getting out of hand. I wonder if you're really talking to your husband to have a change of heart.
I've talked to him severally.
Ebere, it's not as if I cannot talk to him myself. But you see, there are certain places in a man's heart that the mother cannot get to, except a loved wife. And that is the truth of the matter.
But Mom, I've been doing my best. Just like Jessica is also talking to him since we came.
I hope you're not trying to use a berry here into making me change my stance.
So why are you sounding like that?
Good day, everyone.
Yes, good day.
I believe this is Chief Dairo's house.
Yes, and I'm the first son.
Well, we believe that he has been involved in a robbery attack that has left him and his driver dead. Please want you to come and identify the body.
What is he talking about?
What other explanations do you have to give to me, Philip?
Look, Jesse, you have to calm down.
Calm down? Did you just ask me to calm down? For Christ's sake, not long ago, you just told me that my own fiance had become police suspect.
Jesse, I have nothing to do with Edmond's death.
Oh, tell me about it. Tell me about it, Philip. You expect me to believe that you did not send your cohort to shoot him? When you had already told me that he had become police business.
Jesse, I am a police officer, not a murderer.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about it, Philip. If you could arrest your own blood brother and lock him up, how easy would it be for you to kill my own fiance?
No, just...
Don't you come close to me! Don't you come close to me! Don't come close to me with this your murderous hands!
Take it easy. Don't do this to yourself. Why are you doing this? It's okay. Take it easy. Don't. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Wipe your tears. Okay. It's okay. Only God knows why this thing is happening. It's okay. It's okay. See, I attribute the death of my brother to a dastard conspiracy.
Look, Uncle, investigations are still on. We're not certain whether our father is dead or not.
Look, Philip, we did not train you to be a police officer for nothing. You have to do everything possible to find your father or his killers.
Look, my question is, Philip, did you and your men search the surrounding bushes properly?
Yes, but no trace of father or the killers was found.
So, what has Jessica's fiance got to do with this whole conspiracy?
Well, like I told you, We're still investigating, but we received intelligence reports that he was a suspected contract killer.
Enemies at work.
Philip, all I'm saying is, you and your men just have to find who this person is and bring this person to book. He must pay dearly.
Take it easy, Oscar. We're still on it.
I learned that Edmond was shot.
We ran into an unexpected opposition. Let's have our balance so that we can bounce.
What balance are you talking about? I thought you have come to give me evidence that Dairo is dead, as the police didn't report it.
Dairo is dead, right? Listen, I don't have all day. Let's have our balance.
I paid Edmond in full, so I owe you boys nothing.
Wanda, we have lived in these lies for too long. We continue to be fools if we allow this to continue.
Watch your mouth, boy. Watch your mouth.
I should wash my mouth. We need our balance.
You pull a gun on me. A whole lot of money.
Enough of this drama, okay? Let's have our balance. D-boy, calm down.
Remove that gun.
Calm down. I'm not calm down.
Look at you.
Is it gonna for our pockets?
Look at you.
I'm not here.
You're not afraid. Drop the gun, boy.
I think it's time we made posters and declare father missing. I am tired of waiting for the police and I'm tired of living under false hope. Now we make posters, put it on air that father is missing. We might never tell, we might get some good information somewhere.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Well, I'll be about that immediately. And I think you should get some rest.
It's all right, my dear.
I'll see you to the door.
All right.
This is not about who's wrong or right. Let's unite and make the future bright. We can build a better world. 'Cause the seed you sow today.
So, madam, is there any information you've been able to come up with concerning Edmond?
I should be asking you that question, officer.
Calm down, madam. We know how you feel.
Oh no, don't, please, please. Do not try to patronize me, please, because you do not have an idea of how I feel.
See, madam, we're on the same side here. I know you want us to look for the killer of Edmond, but we can't do this without your help. You know, sometimes there's some information stored inside us, which we don't know. But in cases like this, they come out when we need them. It doesn't matter how little they are. They're really useful.
I really don't get it because, I mean, I have told you everything I know, time and time again.
We know that finding the killer will also need us to get your father. But feel free, whenever you find any reasonable information, feel free. I'll be taking my leave now.
Please, why don't you just do your goddamn job?
Tomorrow, you just can't avoid it. Let's try.
You have to fight to be a man in this world.
I agree with you, but there are things you don't do for you to live long. You shouldn't have shot that man.
And become his fool.
The boy, no one is a fool.
We're an able fool, man. Shit. So forget those things.
It doesn't work by just saying it. You enforce it. You make people agree with you that you are nobody's fool.
It's all good. I need to go check on that man to know how he's doing.
So, that old man doesn't want to talk yet. And his people yet to declare him missing. Ebuka, do you know I can make that man talk?
The grace? But go sit down, don't make him talk.
I can make that man talk.
So my dear, how did it go?
Auntie, thank God, it was fine. But Auntie, I'm not happy that you did not attend my wedding.
Forgive me, my dear. But don't worry. I will not fail to attend your white wedding. Meanwhile, how is your husband?
My husband is fine, but there's been trouble in the house. Everybody has been running from pillar to post.
Trouble? What kind of trouble?
Auntie, do you know that my father-in-law's car was attacked on his way to the village? His driver was shot, dead. Even my sister's in-law fiancé was killed.
Jesus Christ! This is serious, oh.
Very serious, Auntie.
What of your father-in-law?
Nobody has heard anything about him. Neither has they seen his corpse.
Could it be the work of the kidnappers?
Auntie, I don't know. I have a copy of the missing persons poster we did for him.
What's up now?
I'm okay, Ebuka, I'm fine.
Come on, let me see. Yo, wahala day. The man was holding him there.
What about him?
That man is my father.
Osugo na. Osugo, one name, Osugo. So, how did you know? Who told you?
The boy. That man must leave. We have to let him go.
Ah! It's impossible. One name, all the highly impossible. Not when this man has agreed to drop 3 million naira. One name, 3 million naira. Ebuka, millito. I am making an arrangement on how to pick the money from whoever is dropping it. One name, after this business, I've suffered enough.
Fine, okay, fine. Let's take the money. But we must let that man go. You must go.
Not on your life. Because I said, not on your life. That man knows us now. He will tell police about us if we should let this man out of this place alive. Fine. He may let you go. Because you are the son. Ebuka, what about me?
The boy, I know how you feel, okay? But I promise I'll handle this. Nothing will happen to you. Oh? Don't worry if you can make it, man. Forget all these things. Oh? I promise.
Ebuka, I thought you always wanted to kill this your father. This is an opportunity. This is a golden opportunity. One day, opportunity. Grab it. One day, grab it. Check it. Grab it. Check out.
was so loving. He was so considerate. He was so nice. He was so caring. It was so easy for me to fall in love with him. He was a quiet guy, unlike most of the other guys I'd ever met. He would listen to me. He was a good man.
It's okay.
Jesse, I couldn't have killed your fear.
But he's dead already! He's dead already! Are you happy now?
My children, let's take this easy for now, please. It's okay.
Look, Jesse, Edmond is not from the same village with us. And he doesn't even know that Dad is your father. He has no reason whatsoever to be at the scene of the crime.
I don't even know what to believe in. Yes!
You don't have to kill me. I asked your your partner to get me a mobile phone so that I can call the person who is going to pay the 3 million.
Shut up! Shut the fuck up! You think it's all about money? You think 3 million naira is enough for me to spare your life? That's pathetically cheap.
Well, I can raise it to...
Shut up! Your life is all about you and no one else. You're greedy, you're selfish, and you're self-centered. Your vices are too much that I'm having difficult times thinking on the most painful way to squeeze your life away.
Please don't, please.
You intimidated Uju. Got her pregnant. dumped her and dashed away to thin air, without even caring to know how she's faring with her son. Why are you so heartless? Why are you so mean? No! Why are you so mean? Why are you so mean? Why are you so mean?
Would you ask me to do this? Are you Ebuka?
Yes, come in.
Uncle, you sounded quite desperate on the phone. Any news?
You see, the unfolding drama of your father's disappearance is taking a turn I don't understand anymore.
Did you just say drama?
Yes. That is the only way I can explain a situation whereby we are all looking for your father and all of a sudden it is being insinuated that someone or one of his sons is holding him hostage.
And who could be holding him hostage?
I don't know. That is the question I need an answer to.
Uncle, where did you get this from?
Look, I already have a question that needs answers. I don't need anyone to add to it. We must get to the bottom of this matter, and if need be, we must all swear.
And you want to believe this?
I don't have a choice. Do I?
If my husband is dead, let me see his corpse now. If not, I will never get tired of looking for my husband.
Mom, you've done enough searching for today. Besides, it's too late for you to go out.
How can you just disappear into thin air?
Look, take it easy on yourself. No one will stop you from searching for father. But you should understand that the police are doing their best to find him.
The police are not doing well enough. I mean, how can I also just disappear like that?
Mom,
This is very, very strange.
Mom, take it easy. Let's just go back. Hi. Come in, please.
You know, I was shocked when she told me she knows your father. I wouldn't have believed Ebuka was the boy your father has outside.
What? I really wonder why everything is happening at the same time. I mean, you never have enough time to think of one issue, yet another happens. You mean the woman is actually your aunt?
Yes, she's my mother's younger sister.
I think it's time I met her. You just have to take me to her.
I mean, it's so wrong. I mean, why?
Oh, God, you guys are still here?
Jesse, you don't look okay.
Gosh, you know I had this bad nightmare.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. It's okay.
In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for your goodness and mercy upon us in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Madam, it was revealed to me by the Holy Spirit that your husband is still alive, but is held hostage by one of his sons.
Pastor, it's not possible.
Madam, the words I speak are not mine, but with the inspiration of the Holy Spirit.
You have a choice, uncle. You have a choice. But you have to believe the fact that we have nothing to gain by holding our father hostage.
Speak for yourself, young man. Speak for yourself.
Well, I don't think Oscar will do a thing like that.
Look, between you and Oscar, I don't know. But one thing I know is that I am going to the village to make arrangements for the two of you to come and swear to not having anything to do with your father's disappearance.
That is totally unacceptable. It's unacceptable, uncle. The police force is doing its best to see that it traces our father. And you're here telling me that one man of God said the truth lies between Oscar and I. Well, if the man knows where our father is, let him tell us, and we'll rescue him. And the police force will appreciate his efforts.
Look, Philip, I am going to the village, whether you like it or not. When they invite you, don't come.
I have searched within the minds of Philip and Oscar, and I'm yet to find a single motive for either of them to hold their own father to ransom for days now. I am lost. I don't know. Jesse, could it be your father's legitimate son?
Mom, I don't know. I don't even know if this boy knows that Dad is his own father. I don't even know if he's old enough to pull off such a crime. I have no idea of anything.
Philip has to know about this so that he can investigate him. What do you think?
Did you tell him about what the pastor said?
I don't know how to tell them, but I've told your uncle.
You told Uncle Emma already?
But I'm left with no choice.
I am sure that by now Philip and Oscar would have heard everything, and Mommy, trust me, it's not going to go down well with either of them.
Ebuka did not come back yesterday. This is like opening an old wound that has been left to heal.
Sometimes wounds that heal inappropriately need to be opened, cleaned, and allowed to heal the way it should.
Auntie, the fact is that nobody knows about Ebuka's existence until of late. And it has been causing a lot of trouble in the house. Please, Auntie, make everybody understand what actually happened.
Yes, we would really like to know.
I worked for your father. I don't know how it happened, but he suddenly developed interest in me. I was foolish enough to go into a relationship with a married man. It dawned on me when I got pregnant.
When your mother became pregnant for me, I realized that things were not going to be as easy as I had thought. So, I took the easy way out.
Easy way out? Which was?
I asked her to abort the pregnancy, but she refused. She said if I didn't want it, she would keep it.
When he couldn't get me to abort the pregnancy, he sacked me from the company. I later went back to him to ask for help, but he wouldn't listen to me.
I began to see her as an opportunist. I thought she was trying to use the pregnancy to trap me into marrying a second wife. So I resisted her with everything I got. I sent her away. And I told her that the only way I could help her was if she aborted. But she refused and stuck to her guns.
My father demanded I told him who is responsible for my pregnancy, but I couldn't. I knew that what my father had in mind was going to destroy your family. With that, my father sent me out of his house, and I went and lived with Ebere's mother. She took very good care of me until I put to bed. And I named him Chukwuebuka. He became everything to me.
I didn't see her again until you were 13. I had gone to the general hospital to see someone when I met your mother there. She told me you had become very stubborn and always fighting. So I gave her some money and asked her to take care of you.
You asked her to take care of me. So why didn't you take care of us both?
Well, I thought I had what I regarded as a perfect family and a perfect life. I had become a public figure and I didn't want anything to shift that balance.
I took care of my only son without expecting help or pity from anybody. I know that it is cross I had to bear, so I did it with pride. Ebuka grew up into a man and wants to know his father. I had my fears, but I couldn't tell him who his father is.
What fears are you talking about?
He was angry at his father and always said that he would kill him whenever he set his eyes on him.
Solomon will say, vanity upon vanity, all is vanity.
So you read the Bible too?
Sometimes.
Good. I believe you know the wages of sin.
Death. Death. The Bible said death. It's funny. The only thing I turned my back on is confronting me right now. Oh, this old man is tired, my son. And he deserves some rest. You have been at me since last night. And I have learned the folly of my ways. I am ashamed. I am ashamed to even ask you to spare my life when I never gave yours the encouragement it needed. I cannot ask you to forgive me because it will be an understatement. Oh, son. Oh, son. All I can say to you is that I am tired.
Ebuka, something is wrong with you somewhere. How can you expect us to suspect that man? If you had agreed with me, we would have placed a call to this man's family. We could have become 3 million naira richer. 3 million naira richer. Anya can't go millionaires by now.
Deep boy. Eh? There are things far beyond money.
Things like family?
Yeah. Things like family.
The reason that man is still breathing is because the family would like to hear his voice before they drop the door. Ogucha go.
But you know we don't have to do it that way. For goodness sake, we've been surviving.
Yes, we've been surviving. And you know how. This one is not different. What we do is risky. If I not risky business, Ebuka, it has always been us against them. And this man is one of them. See, Ebuka, if this man works, we will become objects for police target practice.
I told you I will handle it. Okay? I will handle it. Okay, come to think of it. What if the man gives us his word that he will not involve the police?
Yes, Nanya. This guy know they understand. That man's son is a police officer. That makes the old man a policeman. Fine. They will leave you because you are their blood. Makane bo balafa. Blood is thicker than water. But let me tell you, somebody has to be the scapegoat. Ebuka, in that case, do you know who that will be? Check here, Ebuka man, check here.
I have told you all I know.
Madam, we are not here to listen to all these things you are talking about. We are here to see your son.
He is not around. He went out and I don't even know where he is.
In that case, we'll call him on phone.
I've been trying his number, but he wasn't going. Maybe he has a low battery.
Madam, can we have his number?
Why not?
That's true. All right.
0803
0803
0511.
So, Philip, how is the investigation going through?
Well, we're digging deep into all the leads we have.
Alright. You see, the investigations can go on, but I am here to let all of you know that I have concluded arrangements for us to swear.
Us? You mean like myself and Philip too?
Well, I'll be there though, but technically the two of you will have to do the swearing.
Well, I'm sorry, Uncle. I am not going to swear to anything.
Huh?
Yes.
Oscar, please let's lay Uncle's misgivings to rest.
Listen, I am not going to the village to swear to nothing. Don't you understand?
Oscar, don't drag this into something else. Why won't you swear? Eh?
Mom, I am not going to swear to nothing. This is the same thing you believed when that man of God said what he told you.
If you may swear, because this whole thing is getting into deepness. This is
I'm not going to swear to anything. Period.
How can you so confusing? You have to swear.
Look, if you guys want to go swear, you guys swear, but you guys can't be out of it. Please. Swear to what? I'm swearing to you.
Desperate things are done in desperate times. I want to remind you people that the unity of this family means more to me than anything else in this world. Everything that I've done, I did it in good faith. Please, my children, we've been through a lot in a very short period in this family. I want this trying period to bond us together better than ever. Let all transgressions be forgiven so that we can move ahead as one family. Am I communicating? Yes.
Can somebody wake me up from this nightmare? Cause everywhere I stare, I see my past stalking me. I can't go on no more. I try to run away from my shadow. What a fool I was. Hey. Hey.
I want you to tell your wife you're okay. Tell her to get the ransom of 3 million naira ready and wait for my instructions. Most importantly, tell her not to inform your police son. You have just 3 minutes.
Hello? Hello? This is Dairo.
Hey, hello, honey. Honey, yes. Hello?
What? What's wrong with you? I thought we agreed on something.
Hello? Hello?
They must pay the ransom of 3 million naira. It's like a debt. Yeah, we'll do it.
Fine and good. And after the ransom, what happens?
Do I have to spell it out for you?
Now you have to be very, very careful with these things. If you don't want to eat this money and spend the rest of our miserable lives behind bars. Got it?
Pasa.
It's your father. He's alive. He just called me. He's alive. Oh God, your father is alive. Yes. He just called. Is it really? What's that?
Let me try to get
Is it really?
Let me have it. They called it unknown number.
It's not. Is it? Yes. Hey. Oh, boy, he's alive. Thank God, it's your father's voice.
The boy. Listen, if we must do these things, you have to do them the right way.
And that was what I was trying to do.
No. He was just trying to tell them to bring money.
Isn't that what the game is all about? It's all about cash.
It is. But if we are going to do it your way, That means you have to increase the money.
Now you're talking, Ebuka. Increase the ransom.
Listen, that man worth over 3 million naira, okay? So I'm thinking, let's make it 10 mil. They will pay.
This is good. This is good. Are you okay?
Because now that they are certain he's alive, the anxiety, tension, and desire to see him again will make them do whatever we say.
Ebuka, now you are talking like the Timmy that I used to know. With half of 10 million naira, Ebuka, I will do a whole lot of things.
You like money. I'll join you soon, man.
Nego Maya. 10 million naira. 10 me. One new beginning.
The boy, listen, if we must do these things, you have to do them the right way.
And that was what I was trying to do.
No, he was just trying to tell them to bring money.
Isn't that what the game is all about? It's all about cash.
It is. But if we are going to do it your way, that means you have to increase the money.
Now you're talking, Ebuka. Increase the ransom.
Listen, that man worth over 3 million naira, okay? So I'm thinking, let's make it 10 mil. They will pay.
This is good. This is good. Are you okay?
Because now that they are certain he's alive, the anxiety, tension, and desire to see him again will make them do whatever we say.
Ebuka, now you are talking like the Timmy that I used to know. With half of 10 million naira, I will do a whole lot of things.
You like money. I'll join you soon, man.
Nego Maya. 10 million naira. 10 me. One new beginning.
Still haven't seen him.
Oscar.
It's alright, darling. No, we'll deal with that later.
Oscar. Time.
Alright, I'll see you soon. Yes, stay.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, I was just telling my wife that we should actually.
Dad! Where have you been all this while? And who is he?
Edmond provided us with the logistics for all the crimes we committed.
So what actually happened to him at the scene of the crime?
I shot him myself. I don't even know why. But I couldn't have watched him shoot your father. Our father.
You were at my hospital.
I was there.
So, what happened?
I had to run immediately I saw Edmond there. Because it was more than coincidence for him to be there. After a few hours, a deal he sent us was bad and took the life of one of us. I was shocked and surprised seeing him there.
Well, that's all in the past now. Ebuka here saved my life. Oh yes, he saved my life. And I gave him my word that he will get a free passage to anywhere in the world so that he can start a new life.
Father, what you're asking me to do is against everything my profession stands for.
Son, I am not appealing to your profession. I am appealing to your sentiment.
My men are out there searching for him, and they will definitely get hold of him someday. I cannot stand and watch him face the wrath of the law while Ebuka goes scot-free.
Son, he is my son too. I have denied him all his life, and yet he spared me. Look, do me this favor and I shall be indebted to you for life.
Father, if we catch him, he will definitely mention Ebuka's name. And your name will be linked to the whole thing.
Let me handle that.
Oh, Father.
Son, from a father to a son, I am appealing to you concerning a matter of life and death. Would you deny me?
Day by day, step by step, it seems my world is giving in. Slow and slow, but for sure, I know the world is turning on me, and I don't know to stay. Can somebody wake me up from this nightmare? Cause everywhere I stare, I see my past stuck in me. I can't go on no more.
I really apologize for the way I treated you. What I did was wrong. My pride and ego blinded me from the fact that I was hurting all the people around me.
I have since forgiven you, so I could move on with my life. I only wanted you to be of help to your son. Unfortunately, he is gone to where I don't know, and he didn't even say goodbye.
Ebuka saved my life.
You met him?
Yeah, he was a member of the gang that kidnapped me.
I didn't mean for my son to be an armed robber or a kidnapper. I didn't.
I want to send him abroad so that he can start a new life.
Please, where is he now?
Oh, he's with me. Actually, I was thinking of inviting you to the house. Then I had a second thought that it might not be a good idea at the moment. So, what say you to my sending him abroad?
He is your son. He will be fine wherever you send him to. All the same, thank you very much.
My dear, thank you.
I'm so glad that with the help of God we've been able to resolve this whole issue.
Make it up to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
This is a decision that could cost me the love of my family. But I have to do it because it's a duty. I have briefed you on how you're supposed to go about everything. Do it with precision. Make sure you give his photographs to all the officers around and carry out the arrests in the airport.
Understood, sir.
What about the other guy called the boy? Has he been arrested?
We are hot on his heels, sir.
I am not asking if you are hot on his heels or not. Well, put everything you have in use to make sure you get him arrested.
Yes.
Dismissed.
Well, the man was right. It was indeed one of father's sons who was holding him hostage.
Yeah. And who could have thought that was my cousin? So, how is he doing?
Oh, he's fine. He's okay.
What happens to him after everything?
Father insists on sending him abroad.
Abroad?
Abroad?
Yes.
Did Philip agree to that?
And Philip has no choice. He can't afford to disappoint father now.
That's serious. Abroad.
Take him for
Can somebody wake me up from this nightmare? Cause everywhere I stay, I see my past talking me. I can't go on no more. I try to run away from my shadow. Somebody wake me up from this nightmare. I wish I could turn the ends of time.
Green.
I wish to take it out to you and I cry, and I cry. Every other day. So I could make it up to you. Everywhere I stay, I see your face. Make me wish I could turn the ends of time, so I could make it up to you, to you. Cause you're my blood and I'm your flesh. Deep inside I can express the way I'm feeling now. What a fool I was, trying to run away from my shadow. What a fool I was, trying to run away from my shadow. Now I'm staring straight to the face of my past. I can understand what is going on.
Okay, get in the car. Bye-bye. Okay, Daddy, it's okay.
I wish I could I could make it up to you. Make it up to you. And I cry. And I cry. Still right now. Still right now. And I cry. I could make it up to you, to you. Make it up to you, so I could make it up to you, cause you are my blood, and I am your flesh, and I can feel you every breath, every pain, I wish I can, I wish I can. I can make it up to you. I feel your pain, I feel your pain. Hey, cause you're my blood and I'm your flesh. Hey.
Go to side of Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, please, we want to search the car.
Well, what for?
No, ordinary searching.
Do you know who I am?
Sir, we want to search this car.
Philip!
Ebuka! 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 I told you. You betrayed me.
Please don't do this, please.
More, dear boy! You betrayed me. He dies. He dies. He dies. Ebuka, he dies.
Don't do this.
My heart is breaking and my mind is sinking. I don't understand why we are fighting now. Are we supposed to be family? Yeah. This is not about who's wrong or right. Let's unite and make the future bright. We can build a better world. Cause the seed you sow today, you will reap tomorrow. Yeah. You just can't avoid it. Oh no. Let's try and build a better home so we all can be safe tomorrow. You cannot avoid it. Oh, let us learn. Let us learn. We all need each other. We can be a family. Love and live in unity. Let's unite. We all need. We can build bridges, we can break our fences. Oh, Father, Father, brother, brother, we all need each other. We all need another. Mother, mother, mother now. Sister, sister, we all need each other. Let us live as one. Let your white be white and your black be black. Doesn't matter who is wrong or right now. We can live together forever now. Let us learn. We all need each other. We can be a family. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's unite. Let's unite. We all need each other. Build tomorrow. And no matter who's right, no matter who's wrong, let's put behind all the things behind us so we can build tomorrow. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. We can build a better tomorrow now. Be a family. Let us learn. Let us learn. That we all need a shoulder.